Now, for those of you that are wondering, which is probably nobody, and I do have permission to taxi the airplane down this road to the campground. So it's a lot of fun. And so I'm just going to let the camera keep rolling while I taxi myself right on down this little road. And we are going down to the camping area. Your aircraft, if you happen to be a viewer and you're like, ooh, I want to go there too, make sure you contact. Everybody's welcome. Let me make clear, everybody's welcome to fly here. This is a public use airspace. You are allowed to come here to the airport. You are allowed to fly in and out of here as much as you want. However, if you plan on taxiing down here to the camping area, which we are almost there, I would highly suggest you call the airport manager and get authorization to do that before you just do whatever you feel like doing. And to clarify, we do have permission. That's one of the things that makes this exploring so much fun is, I mean, how many people get to fly into an airport on an island that... We made it to camp. We got the airplane parked back in this little nook here, and we're starting to unpack and set up camp. Malachi's already got the tent out, so I got to go help set up the tent, set up camp, and we'll be back shortly. One of the things here is the new Isle of St. George Airport. This is the area for arrivals and departures. Hey Malachi, what do you think about the new airport building?
Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
I just hope it doesn't rain while you're waiting for your airplane to come get you.
Well, we got a little bit of coverage up there.
We're going on a little walk. This here is the runway. There's a couple of hangars down there, but there's no airplanes in there. And when you come in on the runway, we're walking down the road. This isn't actually a taxiway, but that little white building in front of us is the Isle St. George post office. And it's actually still functioning today, and we're gonna go check that out. All right, so we got the Isle St. George post office.
There's someone else.
And it's still in use today. One real fun thing around here is there's a lot of artwork and fun things to look at. So down here we got painted rocks. There's all kinds of M&Ms. And then, you know, over here's like a donut with sprinkles. They're all over the place.
Well, this is it to the post office.
That is literally it, the entire post office.
Pretty small.
I'm not sure about who owns this little house cabin, but it's really cool. It's like a paddle wheel boat, and every time I come over here, it's looking better and better and getting more fixed up. But it's right on the beachfront of Lake Erie. So one of the things while you walk around North Bass Island, also called Isle of St. George, you'll notice many abandoned houses. A long time ago, when there was a lot of workers here and they were running the vineyards, they all stayed in these houses. And then eventually that market ended up drying up, and all the workers, there was no money to be made, and they ended up basically just leaving, and all of their houses are left here just abandoned.
Your friends, this is what happens.
The caretakers out here
when you mess with them
do mow the grass, and they try to upkeep and maintain some areas. and keep it nice out here. As you can see, if you look back further into the woods, there's another abandoned house tucked back there. And you'll also see a lot of old abandoned cars left behind. All right, well, Malachi and I found Grandma Carrie and Dale, and they let us go ahead and plug our stuff into an outlet in the house and get everything charged up. So we're back up to 100%. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, and we're getting hungry. And so we're cooking up a little campfire. Grandma Carrie hooked us up. She said, "You boys are doing lots of walking out there. Why don't you go ahead and just drive my golf cart? You can use it all the way until tomorrow when you leave." So we got Grandma Carrie's golf cart now, and we're driving around the island. We don't have to walk 5 miles now. We're going to burn down our fire a little bit, and we are going to cook up some hot dogs on the campfire for dinner. I'm going back around the campfire. This is the official camping area at North Bass Island. There's a fire ring, metal fire ring with a cooker grill. And as you can see, just right over there is the Lake Erie beaches. Good morning, everybody. It's the next day, it's Wednesday, and Malachi and I are just sitting here relaxing in our camping chairs. Last night we went up and visited Grandma Carrie. I realize that we keep calling her Grandma Carrie, but she's not really Grandma. She's somebody's grandma, but not our grandma. But we call her Grandma Carrie. So before we go adventuring this morning, we're going to break down camp and clean up. Ow, there goes a fly, just bit my ankle. We're gonna clean up camp and get ready to go do a couple other things. Are you ready to clean up camp?
Sure.
He's still ready to relax for a while, I guess. All right, we got Malachi driving Carrie's golf cart. He's a professional golf cart driver. We own a golf cart at home and he drives it a lot, so he knows what he's doing. We're gonna go take a ride out to the end of the boat slip. I guess you can drive right on out there. Don't hit the pole. Oh, he thought we were driving right out to the beach. We're trying to drive up there to the end of the... Just when I said Malachi's a professional driver, he almost runs right into the post there.
I'm gonna stop right here.
Oh, stop. Look at all those mayflies. Holy camole.
Wait, watch this.
There's literally a trillion mayflies. And apparently Malachi says they're mostly all dead. This is what it looks like inside the building. And this building actually used to be really, really dirty and full of junk. And Carrie and some of her local friends cleaned this building all out. Carrie said that they call this place out here the Country Club. And so we have the Bushwood Country Club. Just over here is the actual swimming hole / swimming beach area. Why don't you tell the people on YouTube about snakes in this place?
So the snakes up at the Lake Erie water snakes like living in these big rocks. So if you come down here, you gotta watch out for these big, like, you can walk across them, but you gotta be really cautious for snakes because they will jump at you. Now we were over here just walking and we found this snake shed. It's still longer, but the tail got ripped off. And they're pretty cool to find. You can find them sometimes. So
We're still looking for one of the big snakes. I know they're out here.
oh my God.
And this guy here is watching us, so I don't want to get too close to him.
He's kind of chill.
I don't know how good you can see him, but he's a pretty good sized snake. Oh, he's backing up.
Yep, he got scared.
Bye, buddy.
So all the snakes here, usually they're more scared. Unless they're a big mama trying to protect their babies, they'll leap at you.
Yeah.
Watch out for that.
Yeah, you got to be real respectful of all the snakes here. But they're not venomous, and they're not like aggressive. They usually just run away from you.
But every once in a while, there's that one angry mama that comes at you.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with angry mama, that's for certain. All right, well, it's 9 o'clock, and Carrie invited us over for breakfast this morning. So Malachi is driving the golf cart up the road. It saves us an awful lot of walking. And we are going to Carrie and Dale's for some breakfast. Carrie and Dale has so graciously invited us into their home. And Carrie is hard at work making us breakfast. So let's go find Dale and Carrie and get some breakfast. Okay. Good morning, Dale. How are you today?
Not bad.
Good. Let's go say hi to Carrie for a quick minute. Malachi already found the kitchen. We got bacon, orange juice, and there's Miss Carrie.
Waffles coming up.
She's making us waffles for breakfast. I don't know if we could have got any more lucky than that.
I know, waffles are my favorite.
Well, thank you so much for making us breakfast this morning. We appreciate it a lot.
Our pleasure. Yeah, put a little hunk underneath of it.
Grandma Carrie made us orange juice, bacon, and waffles.
Oh, this is the syrup.
And syrup.
Wait.
What do you think of this gourmet breakfast, Malachi?
Pretty good.
2 thumbs up.
Back on the road.
Well, breakfast was a big success. It was delicious. Certainly an unexpected surprise for us to get a real good breakfast. We're going to load up on Carrie's golf cart and go down and ride around the island for a little bit and maybe do some swimming.
Yay!
All right, the first stop of this morning's North Bass Island, Isle of St. George tour is the schoolhouse. There's no longer school in this building, but when all of the workers stayed here and there was a lot of people that lived on the island, this was the schoolhouse where the kids went to school at. Don't hit your fingers. All right, kiddos, it's time for school.
That is loud.
So like I said a while ago, this island was once hundreds of acres of grapes and vineyards. And Carrie still manages these couple rows of grapes here. And more of like her little hobby just to keep some of the grapes alive on the island and growing. They're not ripe yet. But if we look into the grapevine plant, you can see clusters like this of all the grapes. Just thousands of grapes growing. And later on, when we come back in the fall, these grapes will be ready to sample. All right, well, the next stop on the Great Island tour is the North Bass Island Cemetery. And so this is the old cemetery.
This guy's name is Emil.
It's the North Bass Chapel. And this is the chapel, and yes, you are allowed to go in here. And you just have to mind your respectfulness and be respectful of these buildings. You know, it only takes 1 or 2 people to ruin it for everybody else. So we're walking into the chapel here. And you can see there's lots of beautiful stained glass windows all the way around. And here's the main area. Hey Malachi, are you going to give us a preaching today?
Sure. Oh, it's from Malachi.
Okay, what's it say?
And one shall say.
There's a couple other things on the North Bass Island to check out, but if I videoed everything, this would be a 10-hour long video. And so we'll have to leave some surprises for you guys to find out if you ever come up here for a visit.
Well, we looked around for about 5 minutes and we found about maybe 10 pieces of sea glass, maybe a little less. Mostly green. Green's the easiest to find. Blue's the hardest. Probably the hardest we found was this clear piece right here.
So yep, about 5 minutes of looking and we got some pretty good little pieces of sea glass.
So that's one of my favorite things to do when you come here and look for sea glass.
You ready to swim?
Yep, I am.
We're gonna go jump off the end of the dock pier over here. It's real fun. I don't recommend doing this unless you're a strong swimmer, because once you jump in the water, there's no way to get back up. So once you come over here and you jump off the end of the dock pier, you gotta swim all the way back to that beach and walk around. So I don't recommend it unless you're a strong swimmer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump it!
3, 2, 1, dive!
Woo! Nicely done. All right, for this last little adventure, we're soon going to pack up the airplane and head out for the day. But we are going in to show you one of many abandoned houses that are left on this property. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind, well, there's a lot of things when you're exploring. Just hold up on the porch for a minute. Is when you come up to these old houses, there's several of the houses that are all posted, no trespassing, stay out, so be respectful of that. But there's some houses that are unmarked, no signage, nothing, and so we're gonna go check those houses out. But like with anything, there's always the inherent danger and risks. These houses are not structurally sound and they are literally about to fall down. So when you come in here, you got little holes in the floor, falling down walls, missing parts of the roofs. It's very dangerous exploring in places like this, and you have to be extremely cautious of the floors. You know, you could easily put your foot right through a hole in the floor and end up in the basement. And as just a quick part of the history, I think maybe I mentioned it before, but you can see up here, this says men's, or men, and it's a bathroom. Let's walk around the corner. You can see, I'm not going in there. There's a giant spider web across the doorway, but you can see a bathtub in there. So when this place was running the vineyards, they had a lot of workers here, and I'll call them, I don't know the actual history. Like I said, I'm not much of a history buff, so I don't want to give incorrect information, but there was a lot of, from my understanding, immigrant workers, and they stayed in these dorms, also houses, and then they would work on the vineyards. And so, like, as you see, this one here says woman. Let's venture on up these steps.
If you look down there, there's steps going down.
Oh yeah, those are for a cellar. There's just a missing part of the wall here, and then there's a cellar steps down there that goes down into the cellar basement, the top of the steps. Missing floor. I would say this is probably a bathroom. That looks like a shower stall.
Open the window.
Going into this bedroom, another bed frame. Hole in the wall.
That's a window.
Looks out to a roof and a porch.
Dad.
And let me take a look out here. This actually looks like a door
Can I
frame.
step?
Yeah. Be careful because we don't want the roof to fall down. We're not going out here on the roof. Malachi wanted to just come see this like it's a grapevine. I don't know if there might be grapes growing. I don't see any grape clumps. But lots of wasps flying in and out of those eaves. Spider web in my face. Malachi just went through there and apparently he made it out.
Yeah, look, I can just walk under.
There's a remnants of a chimney down there in
You
bushes.
go down there and around and then get down there. Or you think they just
And-
jump over this?
You can imagine how long this has been here abandoned because this probably was somebody's yard at one time and now it's literally in the forest, overgrowing. The forest is taking over. Down there's the cellar,
Can we go down there?
or the basement. I'm not going down there. Especially underneath this house. If something caves in, man, you'll be stuck down there or dead. Alright, I bet that wraps up the exploration of this old house. We're just going to head back out onto the porch here. What do you think about exploring the old houses?
I think they're really cool. It gives me that tingly feeling in my stomach, you know?
That weird creepy feeling like
yeah.
hopefully I don't fall through the floor.
Yeah. Or like hopefully a coon doesn't jump out at me.
Yeah, really. Well, unfortunately, we're running out of time to be here on our island adventure. We're going to start heading back towards the plane and wrapping it up.